would be gained only to be lost minutes later. McBride and Parsons' attack on Lyon's right flank had failed. By 9 a.m., General Price was ready to strike again. The Confederate line had been bolstered by elements of the Hebert's Pelicans, Churchill's Arkansas troops, and McCullough's Texans. Pierce's troops stood in reserve, the largest single force the rebels had yet put together. Across from them were the 1st Missouri and Colonel George Dietzler's 1st Kansas, 800 men who'd fought the wars against Missourians in bleeding Kansas, men with old scores to settle. Shortly after 9, Price launched his massive attack, hitting General Lyon's entire 1,000-yard line. The 1st Kansas began taking a beating. Colonel Dietzler was wounded. The Confederate volleys were well aimed. General Lyon called for the 1st Iowa to support the Kansas troops. The Iowans advanced amidst the confused retreat of the Kansans. Private Eugene Ware of the 1st Iowa described the Confederate attack.
As they got nearer to us, their own artillery ceased firing because it endangered them. When they got close, the firing began on both sides. Every man was shooting as fast on our side as he could load and yelling as loud as his breath would permit. The foe stopped advancing. Every man assumed the responsibility of doing as much shooting as he could.
The 1st Iowa did their job. The Louisiana, Missouri, and Arkansas troops fell back with heavy losses. General Lyon had been severely wounded trying to rally the 1st Kansas. Still in the saddle, he tried to keep the Union momentum going. On his order, the 2nd Kansas was brought up. Lyon rode at their front shouting, "Come on, my brave boys, I will lead you forward." A minie-ball struck his chest. He dismounted into the arms of his orderly, saying, "Layman, I am killed." While the battle raged on, his body was left under an oak tree. Lyon was the 1st Union Civil War general to die in battle. The romance was over. As the fighting began to die down, General McCullough sent Greer's cavalry to attack the Union right flank. The South Kansas Texas Mounted Regiment rode into a sheet of lead. Both Totten and Dubois directed cannon fire at the troopers. 2 companies of the 1st Iowa blasted away with musket fire. The attack was routed. Totten would later describe the attack as so ineffectual in its force and character as to deserve only the appellation of child's play. With Lyon dead, The overall Union command was turned over to Major Samuel Sturgis. He'd been in charge of Lyon's 1st Brigade. Now he commanded all of them. He would soon face a new attack. Price had brought up General Pierce's 2,300 Arkansas troops who hadn't fired a shot all morning. Before going in, Price told his troops, "You will soon be in a pretty hot place, men, but I'll be near you and will take care of you. Keep as cool as the inside of a cucumber and give them thunder." The 3rd Arkansas advanced up the slopes of Bloody Hill, bearing the regimental colors captured from the 3rd Missouri. Sigel's whereabouts were still unknown to Union commanders. It had been a problem all morning. Union troops had held their fire in the face of advancing Southerners, thinking them to be Sigel's men. Both Dubois and Totten held their fire as the Arkansas troops advanced. Gibor's rebel battery helped end the intrigue. "They are rebels!" cried the Union skirmishers. A portion of Totten's battery began to pound the 3rd Arkansas's left flank. The 2nd Kansas volleyed in their front. The Arkansas dead soon littered the field. In just 30 minutes, the 3rd Arkansas lost a 5th of their regiment.